Who's scruffy looking?
What is up, my fellow nerds and gangsters? Welcome back to the Spiffy Nerd Herder channel, and I am Danny. Yesterday, we talked about, is going to film school worth it? And today, I want to talk about film school applications. In general, film school applications consist of, apart from resumes and transcripts, 4 things. Some film ideas, letters of recommendation, a personal statement, and a visual creative sample.
You put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
I'm going to briefly talk about the first 2, but talk more in depth about the last 2 because I feel like they're the most important ones. And then at the end, I'll show you the visual sample that I made to get into USC Film School. First, our film ideas. Now, guys, the most important thing here is just to be unique.
Writer's block.
Yeah, that's funny.
Don't write about somebody committing suicide or some other super downer story like that because, guys, you'll be 1 in a billion. Seriously, those type of stories are an epidemic in student filmmaking. Instead, don't try to guess what the faculty wants to see because just like you can't predict what an audience will like, you can't predict what the faculty will like either. But you can predict what you will like. So write a story that you would want to see, and I promise you that that's going to give you probably the most authentic and genuine and best story. So that would be my biggest advice for that.
Make a note of this.
Second are letters of recommendation. Of course, it would be fantastic to get an Oscar winner to write you a letter of recommendation saying, he is the next Spielberg, hire this man.
Hire this man away.
But you probably won't get that. So get somebody, hopefully, that is a filmmaker that can write about your talents as a filmmaker. But if you can't get that, that's still not a big deal. Get a professor, a boss, anybody who can write about your unique characteristics of being a hard worker, being trustworthy, being creative. Anything that's just gonna praise the nonsense out of you, that's what you need in your letters of recommendation.
You're special.
Now, third is your personal statement, and this possibly is the most important thing.
Are you listening to a word I'm saying?
Because schools want somebody that is unlike anybody they currently have. You need to show them why this school should want you. And they want to know why all of this will make you an awesome filmmaker. Again, don't try to guess what you think they're looking for because you're just going to get it wrong. Instead, if you answer truthfully of why you're going to make an awesome filmmaker, that passion is really going to come across in your writing because you will truly believe it. For instance, I wrote about my time as a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. A mission is essentially volunteer, it lasts for 2 years, and it's away from home. And it often includes learning a new language.
I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication.
So I wrote about the super tough time I had learning Spanish for my 2 years in New Mexico. But I also wrote about all the joys that I got while helping people and learning all the things that I did.
We need to know everything you know. We need to know it now.
Those 2 years meant everything to me and truly shaped who I was as a person and therefore shaped who I was as a filmmaker. And so I wrote about that in my personal statement. And because it was something that I truly believed and I wasn't trying to kind of guess what they wanted, I think that's why the passion came across.
That sounds swell.
If you're interested, a link to my personal statement is below where you can read it.
You can't read. Good.
Fourth and not least is your visual sample. Schools want to know if you can straight up tell a story. They aren't looking for the slick Michael Bay massive budget things. My visual sample cost about $2,000, which admittedly for a recently married undergrad student was basically the biggest budget of all time. But I poured my soul into that film, worked on it for months, and luckily really focused on telling a good story because I wanted nothing more than to get into USC. But in contrast, my boy Ian McClellan, one of the producers on Vader, he shot a simple dialogue scene of a few people talking, spent 15 cents on it, and shot it in one night.
Yeah, what do you do all day?
Not that much.
But it was interesting, and it was really good. So story is king. Film schools, they don't care at all about what your budget is for these things. They just want to know, are you a good storyteller? Because ultimately, that's what directing's all about.
Do you know that?
So guys, be passionate about your film school applications, and it will truly pay off. But know that a lot of these film schools have a less than 1% acceptance rate. I applied to USC, UCLA, AFI, NYU, and guys, I only got into USC, which was fine because that was my first choice. But I also know somebody in my USC class that applied to USC 5 times before he got in. So truly, if you don't get in, don't give up.
I give up.
So here's the visual sample of my application to film school. Honestly, it's not that good. So I'm really happy that USC took a chance with me. But I was a political science major in my undergrad, and I tried to think of something that could be influenced by that. So I wrote a film about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and about a story that I found interesting. Take a look and enjoy it, and let me know if you're thinking about applying to film school, where you're thinking about applying, what you would write your personal statement about, or what you would write your visual creative sample about. Let us know. We would love to hear it. But until then, guys, good luck with these things. It's a lot of work, and I respect anybody who is trying to go through this process because it's difficult. But until then, just remember, the secret to everything is stay spiffy and don't do anything I wouldn't do twice.
Whosoever saves the life of one person, it would be as if he saved the life of all mankind.
Leave it! Leave it!
Sir, please be careful. Sir, it's okay. You're in epilogue hospital in Tel Aviv. Don't you remember?
RPG!
Shrapnel severed your heart's left atrium. You have a new heart.
From where? Who?
Mohammed, what are you doing here? Thank you for the food, but please, you must go
enough
now.
is enough. Stop
Tell
this.
Aunt that I will be
Enough.
home
Why
when...
are you treating this Jew?
You know
He
why.
kills Muslims.
These are my brothers.
You dirty Muslim! Dirty Muslims. Do you even know why you're still here? Why you're alive? The next time I see you, I'm going to cut that heart out of that filthy Jew body!
Oh yeah, that fly raghead!
Raghead? You think you can sit there and threaten me in your pathetic state?
Pathetic!
You miserable
Both of you! Go home, Mohammed. I know, it must be hard not to look at every Muslim with suspicion, not knowing whether there's a bomb strapped to their chest. But those terrorists are not true Muslims.
Even your kids are murderous terrorists!
And how do you think we feel about Jews? I can't even wear my hijab here without being persecuted.
Why take care of a Jew then?
Because I volunteered.
To infiltrate the enemy.
No. To help save them. It's my older brother. He was an innocent victim in your firefight. Most Palestinians grow up hating Israelis, so it is easy to become a jihadist. My brother studied to become a doctor because he wanted to heal the wounds of his people. And I too wish it could happen. Why do you think this conflict continues? Why do you think we hate each other? Muhammad is my only brother left. And now he is thinking about becoming a jihadist too. I don't want to lose two brothers.
Why would you want to save me then?
By saving you, I am saving him. He was the donor that gave you your new heart.
you get the materials from? Tell us! Carve is in a skylight if he doesn't talk.
Both our gods said that whosoever saves the life of one person, it would be as if he saved the life of all mankind.
Stop! They did not take our eye or our tooth. I will not let you take theirs. These two are just recruits.
They kill Jews!
Either you or I will die before their god and our god before I let you hurt him. Take him into custody. I'll take him.
Who says you cannot touch a feeling?
Who says you cannot face a dream?
Whisper peace, Allah,
Jehovah,
and the promise it will bring. Many hearts carry scars.
can we paint our children's future without wars?
An eye for an eye won't end the hatred, but the change of a heart can. Springtime comes,
Life renews.
do we feel eternal promise? Will we choose
The gift of a new life beats within me, giving strength to my soul anew.
Who says you cannot touch a feeling?
Who says you cannot face a dream?
Whisper truth, Allah,
Jehovah, and the guidance it will bring. Who am I?
what are we? Children of a faithful father, destiny.
Abraham, a true friend of God, must trust his wisdom
and return as he has received.
Truth is deep,
Bathed in love, with an inner voice affirming
Sacrifice is right. Sacrifice is the tie that binds.
When you save one life,